Karnza, a Panza list using pillages, acid moss, and racing up to Karns and wormcoil engines. This one reacts a bit more like a prison side to the Panza red-green land destruction versus red prison whole matchup here. We have Blood Moon here. We can go get a bridge. We can actually go get engineered explosives to grab things and kill it. We have interaction, which is more Panza. And, you know, we're just going to destroy some lands and take some people's... We're going to take their wins away from them. Let's go to the matches. Me leaving reminds you of the old days when I didn't have... I can put Charles back up there. Wholesome family fun. Throw Charles up there. Fish. You do miss Charles? He's always right here. He's right here. I mean, I can just set him up on a little, like right here. Let's do this. Whoa, I almost hit the reset button. Who's Charles? He's the fish. He's actually the one playing Magic. I just sit here and commentate. That's why I'm so energetic at times, because I'm just like yelling at the computer. Who wants to Blood Moon someone? If you're not familiar with the stream, we Blood Moon a lot of people. Look who it is. I feel good. I feel good. Oh, this opponent, this poor opponent, are gonna get wrecked. All right, Urz is mine. Power plant. This is the first. Is it the first? No, it's not quite the first Tron opponent we've run into tonight. I mean, I guess I just got some Blood Moon. Blood Moon! Cleansing Wildfire or Blood Moon? To me, and I think this is just because I play a whole bunch of Blood Moon, that's what you play? Why would you play Cleansing Wildfire when you can just do this? Oh, it's a waste. Well, opponent. Oh, that's just not allowed. We're gonna... Oh, this is too much. Let's go get... I can go get a basic force this time around, then we can go get something else in the future. Ramps and cantrips. How's it ramp you? Wait, what? Since when is it ramping you? Now I want to pillage this. Oh my gosh. Opponent. Targets your flagstones. It's fair. I'm gonna just blow up everything. Land comes into play tapped. As soon as I do find myself with a little threat, my opponent's game will be over here. They're scrying like crazy trying to find what they need here. They came to the wrong part of town. Oh, they did. Do I even go after this Maze Mind? Bolt. Get bolted. Do I? I don't even know if I go after the Maze Mind. I probably just pillage a land and Acid Moss again. Yeah. Let's see if I can get them to concede. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably smarter to play Chandra here. Just go up to see if I hit like another pillage or something. Ooh, God of Destiny. Yeah, you can. We'll give my opponent a turn with a couple of their lands. You know. Chandra, God of Destiny, and now I'll just double Stone Rain again. See, but this is 7 mana. Go check out our Vesper Lark videos on YouTube where we double Stone Rain for 3 mana. That's what you should be doing. Opponent draws with their Maze Mind Tome here, soon to give up, and does so. We got them. That was vicious. That might have been real vicious. Sideboard. Spyglass can come in here. Spyglass can be pulled out. We can hit submit. We did our cool sideboarding trick there. What we did is we shuffled a few cards in. This is what you do. If you have no sideboard, what you do is you pull 5 cards out and you weave them in. You do a little shuffle, then you kind of go through, and then you pull those 5 cards out. Put them to the side. You're good. Opponent thinks you've sideboarded, but you haven't. All right. Game 2 here against Tron. It is Eldrazi Tron. Keep that in mind. We did see a waste. It's typically an indicator of said things. We have a Blood Moon here. We have Chandra. We have God of Destiny. We have Karn. I don't like this opening hand. If my opponent mulls, I might reconsider. I don't like it because, to me, even though I can play God of Destiny, I do need to hit a land. If my opponent mulls, I will keep for science. But if they don't and they keep their 7, I'll mulligan looking for a faster way to get Blood Moon out. All right, they kept all 7, so I'm going to mull because I think I need to get Blood Moon out faster, or at least a land destruction spell. All right, so here we would ditch Worm Coil. Has the hand changed much? Not a whole lot here. I do have at least 2 interactions for their spells. I'm not wild about this one either. I'm a little happier about it though because I have a few more things to be doing. And I do like the Seasoned Pyromancer here. I think I will keep this hand. I'm a little hesitant to go down to 5. Because we have this game to win, or we have the third game. Opponent fake taps for 1 mana and passes to me. Top deck a Blood Moon. I'm not going to use my Wooded Foothills yet until I need to. This is just to make sure I know what I need to be fetching. Preferably Forest, and then a mountain, but we'll see. Chalice on 1 doesn't impact us really too much. Take our natural draw here, hoping for not natural Tron on that side. Stomping Ground will put into play tap, pass, turn. So at this point I can crack the Wooded Foothills and at least go get 1 basic here. I don't have to get 2. I do have double green, but we'll be able to do this when we do 2 fetches here. So we do have the double green, and this will allow me to go get my forest. Misses natural Tron here, so we're good for that. Maze Mind Tome into play. And because of where we're at in this game, I'm going to go ahead and fetch, not wanting to hit another land. I'm going to go get a basic forest. No, Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground number 2 here. This will go get the basic forest. Utopia Sprawl is not able to be played, so let's not get tricked into that. We'll play Blood Moon here, pass the turn. Now we can't play Acid Moss. That's fine. If my opponent misses a land or doesn't play a land that's relevant, being a waste, I will more than likely go ahead and play God of Destiny. If my opponent does play a waste, we'll probably pillage it away. So those will be our probably next options here between the 2. Let's see what my opponent wants to do here. What do we got, opponent? Eldrazi Tron, you missed Tron, you got this Maze Mind Tome. There we go. Uses Maze Mind Tome probably to be looking for a land, preferably their waste. We'll watch for the scries here and let you know. Cards on top. They'll take it. Waste? Scavenger Grounds, okay. Karn, the greatest creator. Okay. Let's see what they go get. This will be interesting. Could be a walking ballista, could be a bridge, could be a few things. It's a liquid metal coating. All right. Going that route, huh, opponent? Okay, let's see a land here. It's a good land, too. Yeah, I think I want the pillage to kill the liquid metal coating. I know this Karn could get away from me if I'm not careful here. I'm wondering if this is like the turn to play a Seasoned Pyromancer here. They're going to want to play the liquid metal coating. Playing the Seasoned Pyromancer at least gets me through to the Karn and probably kills it. If I do that, I'm playing Seasoned Pyromancer, getting rid of probably Utopia Sprawl and Acid Moss here. Leaving Pillage and God of Destiny as options. I think I need to be able to kill Karn here. We're a bit on the back foot. We do have this Blood Moon that's preventing a crazy amount of things happening. I like this. I like this. All right, so we've got Pyro, 2 Elementals. I draw a Chandra here. We might have to look at maybe getting God of Destiny down. For this next turn, it's probably Liquid Metal. They're going to shut off a green. That's the hope, that they shut off the green. And then I can pillage the Liquid Metal and maybe attack them. Opponent finds a waste. That's pretty good. You want to pitch God of Destiny instead? God of Destiny allows us to retain our ramping as the liquid metal coating kills things. Something to consider. Reality Smasher here played to defend Karn. I swing, they must defend, Chandra downtick. Next turn, they boot up Maze Mine, kill this, play Liquid Metal, and shoot. Following turn, I Seasoned Pyromancer, or pillage the Liquid Metal coating, and then we play from there. I'll have 2 Elementals, and that should have Karn pretty close to dead. That's how the next few turns play out in my head. While doing all of that, though, they'll have this waste. I really do think God of Destiny is an okay card here, though. With another Seasoned Pyromancer or even Chandra, God of Destiny turns online. It may be just ignoring playing this pillage. It very well could be the right play. Opponents decided to go get something else here. So they've put Karn at 1, which makes it really easy to kill for us, which is good. We have 5 mana. Right, but we were playing on the draw. So we have to take some of those risks with that chance of winning. Worm Coil's sought here, but my opponent doesn't have enough mana. Uses Maze Mine to draw a card. Okay. This is an interesting line from my opponent. So this almost guarantees Karn dies here. Plays another Maze Mine. They don't even get the Liquid Metal down. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. We could have a huge turn here. So I'm going to minimum attack Karn with 2 things just to avoid a random dismember. I honestly think it's just going to be Acid Moss here. It ramps me a little bit here and it gets rid of this waste. I think my opponent overthought there. I'm gonna get a stomping ground here. Stomping ground, being able to play Chandra and then a pillage here, just take out another land that they play. They've got a dead liquid metal coating. They're 2 away from a worm coil. I think we're in good spots here. Good spots. I think my opponent overthought that turn too much. We're gonna have to deal with some life gain here and obviously some really serious card selection. But I think keeping them off the lands just a little bit here will be just enough of what we need. We may even be playing Seasoned Pyromancer here. Chalice gets their own map here. They do play a land. They've got 2 and 2 of the Tron lands and a random Scavenger Grounds. They take a draw. So we're probably hitting that 6th land. So it's Chandra, uptick, do pillage, and remove a land so that we keep them off Worm Coil as long as we can. Extra land here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a Chandra turn. Chandra into a pillage. Pillage to kill. You can just kill a Scavenger Grounds. And we'll attack for 4 damage. We're trying to just hit him with the damage. We know that a waste plus a Reality Smasher obviously gets rid of our Chandra. That's okay at this point. This next turn, we're probably going to use Seasoned Pyromancer to dig for another pillage and or Acid Moss. We're trying to do that so that we can continue to keep them at about 5 lands. It's about as good as we're going to do here. So, gotta just take what we've got here. Plays that Liquid Metal Coating just in case they top deck a Karn. We have a Utopia Sprawl. All right. 1, 2, 3 here. Seasoned Pyromancer. Look for the removal. Utopia Sprawl can't even be played. God of Destiny starting to look a little slow. Get a land. Play that. We'll go up with Chandra. Looking for pillage. Acid Moss. Nothing. All right. Well, it looks like we're going to battle a Worm Coil Engine. Going to hit for another 4, take them to 12. Pass turn. We're probably just going to have to defend Chandra. Defend Chandra. Use things like Utopia Sprawls and other cards to hopefully be able to use enough with the emblem to get rid of the Worm Coil tokens and take this one away from our opponent. That's the hope. Land. Uptick. We get a... a Worm Coil of our own. And we'll pass the turn. That was actually pretty good. Pass turn. Alright. 6 mana for our opponent. Probably going to get to 7. Will Chandra be enough? Disgruntled. It's going. How are you? Alright, Maze Mine puts our opponent up to 16. We haven't really been watching the scries. I'm assuming for the most part the amount that they've gotten probably has gotten them what they need over the last couple turns. This last one did go up on top. Gives them the 7th land, so Karn is a threat. I'm hoping they don't have Karn here. Opponent decides to attack. We'll block with our Worm Coil. We're doing this because it's an easy trade here. We both get tokens here. And the idea is if I have Utopia Sprawl plus another spell, we can Chandra down and kill both of these and then swing with all of our stuff. So puts us in maybe the best position here. We'll see though. 7 mana could be Karn. Alright, it's a Walking Ballista on 3 to keep Chandra in check. Nice. Nice. Put those 4/1s up. Way to go. Alright, 2 cards we can't do much with because of the Chalice. Let's go ahead and go up for damage. We find a Karn. We can cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is good because this shuts off Walking Ballista, which will keep Chandra from dying. Sideboard-wise, I'm probably going to grab a Spyglass to go see what they might have and prevent them from playing a massive walker that would wreck us, mainly like an Ugin. So this will be our plan here, I think. But this Karn off the top's really good. My opponent's having to decide, do I ping Chandra here or do I do something else? All right, let's go get an artifact card. Let's go get that spyglass. Let's slap the spyglass down. This will tell me everything they've got going on too. I think it's going to be the Ugin though that we name. So we have a Reality Smasher and a Chalice. Okay. And it's Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Yes. Making sure I name the correct one. Alright, so pass the turn. Reality Smasher can't be played. Tech Edge is kind of a whatever. Chalice could be played on 1, 2, 3, 4. Could get a Chalice on 4. That's kind of crazy. It won't do much though because I can just uptick Karn and get rid of the Chalice. So these 3 cards are more or less dead in the hand. Exactly. Tech Edge is played. I'm guessing I'm going to be probably down-ticking here. Down-ticking this, maybe go get Liquid Metal Coating, whatever it may be, and just start to grip the game, take it down, and beat them. My opponent does concede, though, and that gives us the 1-0 start in this final league. Good start. A good start. Let's run it again. Let's run it again. Match found. Easy as that. A little hydrate. Queue up for the match. Play some Magic. Hokaday. Let's do it again. Ooh. Double Wormcoil hands, not really what we're trying to do here. Not able to play the Arbor Elf, not able to play the Utopia Sprawl. This one is probably the easiest mulligan we've had all night. Alright, what do we have here? We're on the draw. We got some Seasoned Pyromancers. I don't like this one as much, but I'll keep not wanting to go down too far here. We also don't know what my opponent's playing, so Blood Moon could be really good against my opponent. Seasoned Pyromancer could as well. Control and creatures or whatever's taken care of. Aether Vial, Cavern of Souls, Naming Humans. Alright, we top deck a Karn, which would just deal with the Aether Vial. We have to do a top deck land in the next 2 here to deal with the rainbow lands that my opponent will have. We don't need to worry about the Acid Moss in this game, so fetching is Stomping Ground will be fine here. Hoping for no Thalia Guardian. They got it though, which means we'll probably be casting Seasoned Pyromancer first. Stomping Ground tapped. Pass the turn to me, please. This way. This way. Land? Land, please. I do need a few. Alright, I'll take it. Utopia Sprawl allows me to at least ramp a little bit here. We're going to name red with this for the Seasoned Pyromancer. Top deck blank here. Seasoned Pyromancer pitching Acid Moss plus the blank here, trying to find the answers for Blood Moon. Blood Moon will need 4 mana. We'll hopefully get there. We can always go get a bridge with Karn here, so we just need to stop the floodgates real soon. Real soon. Probably in the next 3 turns. Best draw, probably land Blood Moon. Follow that up with Karn. Go get bridge. Probably gets us the win here, game 1. Opponent is playing a human with red mana and probably blue. Mantis Rider. Hits for 5. Go to 14. Thalia. Lieutenant, maybe? It's like I know how to sequence this. Alright, so hitting for some damage. Decides not to attack for some reason. So we gain a turn here. That was a mistake. We hit another Seasoned Pyromancer, so the turn is Seasoned Pyromancer. We're going to get rid of Acid Moss and probably just another Seasoned Pyromancer. Try and hit lands. We miss. We do pick up a Bolt, though, which is nice. So Bolt plus Arbor Elf here. We can Bolt the Thalia to help play Blood Moons, get under the bridges. We have a bunch of chump blockers here as well. Yeah, it was a misclick through. We've done it too. I have to be a little bit careful about when I hit F6 or click throughs or other things like that. If my opponent attacks here with like everything, I probably like triple block this. This way I can then play Arbor Elf plus Bolt, kill this. Then we can look to being like Karn plus Blood Moon, go get Bridge and lock the game out. We'll see though. Blue-white here, copying Mantis Rider. Ooh, Meddling Mage. All right. Name's Bolt, I presume. Anger the Gods. I respect that. That's a good one to name. That is a good one to name. That would board wipe them. They don't want that. That would be bad. Very bad. All right. Opponent attacks with everything. This is a pretty easy set of blocks here for me. I would think Seasoned Pyromancer and Token, and then just a random elemental to save life. If they're able to throw something in here at 3, it would be a Reflector Mage that would kind of mess us up. But we have to take that risk. The risk must be taken. All right. Arbor Elf here. And let's go ahead and Bolt. I'm going to Bolt them. Oh, shoot. We'll give them a misclick back. I was saying we could Bolt the Mantis Rider because I can't block it, but we should have bolted the Thalia there. We'll give them the misclick back. How about that? I'm blocking Thalia anyway. I wanted to be blocking just Meddling Mage here and taking only 4 in the air. It'll be okay. It's rough, but it'll be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for that. We'll be good. We'll be good. Looks like another Mantis Rider. Phantasmal Image and Mantis Rider. Oh, Meddling Mage. Okay. Sure. Inferno Titan was named now. I like these names. Opponent's got some good names. Punt emoji. Alright, I block here. Unfortunately, I'm taking an additional 2 that I shouldn't be taking this turn. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so what do we do here? I hit a land. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to probably because of my little punt there, probably play a Seasoned Pyromancer here, ditching Blood Moon Ditching Blood Moon and land. And maybe play an Arbor Elf afterwards. I need a few more blockers here. Okay, I hit a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This needs 7. Currently can block here. I can block here. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need another blocker. Yeah, Bolt should have hit here. We'd be in a lot better shape. All right, we're going to play the extra Arbor Elf out here and pass. We'll see how they go to attacks. I see them just swing everything. If they have a Phantasmal Image, we're in a bit of a problem because it copies the Mantis Rider. Horizon Canopy is not a creature, which is good. They can trip the Horizon Canopy. Okay. Maybe they get another two converted mana cost creature. Maybe it's just like a Noble Hierarch they have. Let's see how much they attack with. They do attack with everything. All right, we're taking 4. That's 2. So I need to block here, here, here. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a top deck land here. Top deck land that has to be a basic land. And even then, the Noble Hierarch gets me. Let's stomp. Oh, why didn't I jump and trade? I just... It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Man, our earlier punt gets us. Yeah, we can't bridge because of Thalia. We should have clicked Thalia. That being said, they've held like 2 cards. I'm thinking they have a bonus Thalia there. All right, we can win this in game 2 and game 3, though. We'll just play smarter, right? We'll just play smarter. So, Spyglass can come in here. Pithing Needle can come in here. These are for earlier Aether Vial protection. Worm Coils out. Acid Moss out. Engineered Walking Ballista. Run this. We got this. Yeah, we got this. We're relatively good against this opponent. We shouldn't have too much of a problem here in game 2 and game 3. But yes, that was a horrific punt. It was a horrific punt. We'll play first. All right, we'll keep this. This is a great hand against them. Removal, Spyglass early for Aether Vial, and the Blood Moon. Much, much better hand. All right, Stomping Ground into play tapped, pass the turn. Cavern. Human. So if they play an actual human here, I can leave the Bone Crusher as an option. If they played Aether Vial, we could just Spyglass them. All right, so we'll just pass the turn here. We can Bone Crusher Giant the champion way. I do have a Pillage here, which is kind of cool. We're probably going to go get basic, though. Forest for both. Something that slows this down just a little bit is a Thalia. Thalia would maybe be worth holding the Bone Crusher for. So now we have a decision of, do I do that? The answer is probably yes, because we can stop a champion in the future. I am still going to go get a basic, though. Alright, so we're going to have probably a 3-3 champion to deal with. Go ahead and pass turn here. We're going to Bone Crusher Giant Thalia. After Bone Crusher Gianting Thalia, it's probably Blood Moon. It's probably then Coithus to gain life a little bit. And then we'll get this Karn and get the stuff going. I'm hoping that my opponent doesn't have a Mantis Rider here. Mantis Rider is going to speed this up a whole ton. All right, it's just an Aether Vial. That's really, really good for us to see. Okay, we can actually go ahead and stomp Thalia here. They can't play anything. They've already played the land. So we get to stomp here pretty nicely. This allows us to Blood Moon next. Now my opponent could get something out here with the Aether Vial in the upcoming turn, but it will be on 1, so it's going to be like Noble Hierarch or something, which is a really good card with our Blood Moon in play. They're not playing something on 1 though, so I don't feel like they have anything. So we're just going to Blood Moon. If we miss our 4th land, we don't get to Karn, but we get the Spyglass, and this is why we bring this in. And then we'll just have a champion that I have to get rid of at some point. We can get a Bone Crusher down and block that and full unlock here. Island. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're trying to get to that full unlock. Champion comes in for 2. No actions. We could Karn. If I do Karn here, it stops Vial. If I down tick, Phantasmal. Don't want that to happen. All right, we'll do a Spyglass so I can see what I'm working against here. We probably have a couple more turns. Spyglass to shut off the Aether Vial here. We've got a few Reflector Mages to beat. Trying to piece it together in my head how we're going to beat them. Looking at Karn, if I down tick and then they have a 1-drop or even a 2-drop with Phantasmal Image, we lose Karn. So Spyglass is probably just the safer thing here. We can pillage away the island if I would like to. It's unlikely they're going to be able to play these. So our next move could be just Bone Crusher or God of Destiny. Bone Crusher just blocks this. Scary thing is a Phantasmal could copy it. Let's see here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, God of Destiny. We can pillage away the land here so they don't get to Reflector Mage or Thalia. Alright, this turn, God of Destiny. They can hit me for basically another 2. I'm not going to pillage them just yet. They would have played the Phantasm, so they're going to have a 1-shot to draw it. Giving that 1 shot could be bad, but I think we'll be safe because I can Bone Crusher behind that and pillage away the land here, regardless of what I draw. So I don't think they're going to, playing those odds, I think we're going to be okay. We're going to take the 2. This is off. Nothing in the hand probably can be played. We draw a land, so I get to take their Thalia and offset their damage here. And now I get to pillage the land and I get to play a Bone Crusher. And now they don't copy my Bone Crusher. The deck normally plays 1 to 2 basics, so this should be done. We should be good here. Pillage, in your opinion? No rush. You could have done it that way too. We top decked the lands, so we would have been able to do something with God of Destiny and the champion. This is looking good though. Pretty solid. Opponents played Waterlog. They played Aether Vial. I'm about to play a Karn here. We'll just get some extra mana because that's always fun. Play our own good Karn down here. Too many lands. Thank you for the follow. We'll reveal an artifact here. I will go get myself a Liquid Metal Coating. Play Liquid Metal Coating. And we'll go ahead and bolt. Champion out of the way. And now we're looking pretty good. There we go. Opponent concedes the game. We're going to go to game 3 here against our lovely friend. Sounds good. Probably no changes. You got to see where the Pithing Needle or Spyglass is going to work there in the early game, so that's good. And then we're just playing those Pillages, those Blood Moons, trying to lock our opponent out. Now, one thing we don't have in this list that's something I do like to have typically is a Torpor. But that being said, having the Karn already shuts off one component. We just need the Blood Moon for the other. And if we don't necessarily get the Blood Moon, we could always kill a bunch of their lands and land a Trinisphere, and it's going to do something similar to the stopping their Torpor, their creatures that ETB and kill our lock pieces. All right. 1-1. Let's get a win. Let's go. No Blood Moon. Arbor Elves are kind of nice, though. Let's go ahead and keep this. They're kind of nice. They ramp us out, and the Pillages can offset my opponent here a little bit. We saw that Champion doesn't do a whole lot for them. Not a whole lot. We'll go ahead and fetch, shock in. We're going to just play an Arbor Elf here. We can play the Pillage next. We could play the Lightning Bolt and Arbor Elf next, and then look to play a Chandra in the future. So we'll see what this is coming up here. Another Champion. Grows the other Champion, so the other Champion's looking like I want to bolt it. And we play a Noble as well. All right, so we have a 3-3 and a 2-2, and we have a Noble. That's an 0-1. Attacks for 4, that's pretty good. This is definitely going to be probably a Lightning Bolt turn for sure. Probably a Lightning Bolt turn. There's a Karn. Alright, so easy bolt. Bonus Arbor Elf. And pass the turn. Chandra's probably going to be on play and kill something duty. Hopefully I get another land. We can work our way up to Karn and get a bridge and stop the bleeding here. A Deputy of Detention probably would win this game for them. The Gaddock Teague. So that's pretty good. Non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or greater can't be cast. That's pretty good because that stops Chandra here. This will name Bolt. Or Anger the Gods. I think they should name Bolt, though. The only thing I've shown them is a Bolt. A Lightning Bolt name. This goes up to 3. Now we're in a lot of trouble here. Before the Gaddock Teague was played, we were looking okay. Now that the Gaddock Teague is there... This isn't looking very good. I can pillage something. Pillage one of the lands here. They can hit me for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with no block. I don't think I have an out here. If they have like a reflector mage, I'm really don't have an out. Mantis Rider. Alright, human player gets it. Not like this. You know, it's going to happen. Gaddock Teague's fairly good against us. We have a lot of 4X cards because we're ramping up. It's Gaddock Teague. We bolted a champion. Seems fine because we don't want to get beaten down too quickly. Maybe hold it for the Gaddock Teague. Then this champion becomes too big. Then it becomes too big. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. All right, let's look for that 4-1 overall. We're currently 1-1. We got 3 matches left for the night. Let's get some wins. Let's get some wins. All right. Where's our next opponent? Queues get a bit longer as we go in the night sometimes. Just a touch longer. Alright, found our opponent. Match 3. Let's play. Let's Blood Moon someone. Alright. On the draw. Can go get our second green here. We got Blood Moon. That usually shuts off quite a few decks in the meta. Let's give it a shot. Keep. Let's see what they are. Scalding Tarn. We'll start with a Utopia Sprawl. Name red. Alright, so this opponent may not be as susceptible to a Blood Moon. Got a Misty Rainforest and a Scalding Tarn here. At the same time, my opponent may try to just counter with like Breeding Pool and something else. And having the second Blood Moon could be good. We'll see what they do here though. We can go get blue and green. Scalding Tarn fetches. Snow-covered island. Misty Rainforest fetches. Forest. And do we have a counter? Okay, we did not counter it. Goes to end step and does nothing. Okay. Mystic Sanctuary here. I'll just play a Euro. Does so. Draws a card. Alright. Hopefully I draw some like land destruction spell here. If we miss the land destruction, I'll probably just play another Blood Moon. We get a Moss though, so that's good. And we'll play that. I'm gonna get rid of their blue mana because their blue mana is really important to them. We can get more red at this point. I have the other basic forest here. So, my opponent is a red-green deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can play Wormcoil here. This is lining up very nicely. Wormcoil's down. There we go. Mirror match. Yeah, it's the mirror match. Attack for a little bit of damage. We'll play a Blood Moon here. We'll play a Blood Moon here. Make sure they know that they were going to get Blood Mooned. Exactly. Triple Moon, asserting dominance. Opponent, you never had it. We had you covered each and every way. Opponent goes to the cleanup step here. Goes straight to discard. Emrakul AT, thank you for the follow. Hit for an additional 6 here. Pass the turn. We'll just hold the forests. We're gonna bolt them and then swing with Wormcoil here. There we go. Got the concession. Quick one here. Let's go to game 2. Let's go to sideboard. Sideboard. Gotta flex a little bit. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. So, Cage and Tormod's Crypt seem interesting to bring in. I think Kitchen Finks and Chandra Awakened Inferno are also interesting. This matchup may be a no lightning bolt kind of matchup. No lightning bolt, maybe one Kitchen Finks. We can do like a Grafdigger's Cage here. Leave the Tormod's Crypt for Karn to go grab. This seems fine. Go a little higher end here. The Finks is a bit weird for me to bring in, but I don't really have like an extra creature to really bring in that's just ready to kind of beat down an opponent like this. So Chandra Awakened, Aether Gust is probably a problem for us, but you gotta do what you gotta do here. We'll keep this hand. No acceleration. We're on the draw. Blood Moon's good. We'll see if they do their fetching for basics. We'll just play, you know, casually here with our opponent. Work up the chain here. Opponent does not respect Blood Moon, apparently. Just goes and gets the Triome. Scalding Tarn here. Wonder if I start with a... Wow, they just go get a mountain? Ren and 6. Ah, okay. I see. Well, we'll just pass the turn here. I wonder if I'm supposed to pillage first or if I'm supposed to Blood Moon first. Picks up the Scalding Tarn, and they just pass it back to me. So to me, this is telling me, okay, here you go, opponent. I've got this going on. I'm going to try to pillage, and we'll try to get rid of the Triome here. I expect some version of a counter. We'll probably play Blood Moon last if I can. Obviously, Renin 6 is able to kind of fix the mana as we go here. We have a Growth Spiral. I mean, maybe I expect a force, but maybe they don't care. Maybe okay. Maybe they don't care because Renin 6 just picks it back up. So if that's the case, I'll probably just Acid Moss to send them back again. See if they care about this one. I'm guessing they won't again because, again, they have just Renin 6 at this point. Just, you know, they'll be like, sure, I'll let that happen. And now I'm at 6 mana. What's nice here is I could Chandra and try to kill Renin 6 here, just to keep that kind of in check. There's a Wilderness Reclamation. Alright, so my opponent untaps here. We have Cryptic, we have potentially Aether Gust, we've got a Renin 6 sitting here at a number I don't particularly like. Ironically, I can't quite play Seasoned Pyromancer and... Well, no, I can. I can play both of these. I'm going to go ahead and try to play Chandra here. I'm going to use Chandra in like -3. Yeah, there's the Aether Gust. Alright, I'm not sure I can beat my opponent where they're at. I bottom the card because I just want something different. My opponent's about to emblem a Renin 6 here. Embleming a Renin 6 means they can replay Aether Gust anyway, so I don't know, I think I'm too far behind here. An extra Wilderness Reclamation, I think we can probably concede this. Untaps. Then taps some mana. Not to mention they already have pieces here. They're pitching a card to play Growth Spiral out of the yard. They discarded a Field of the Dead. Yeah, we're miles behind. We can give up this one. I'm going to give that one up. I don't need to sit here and twiddle my thumbs for a while my opponent draws cards and kind of maneuvers around what they've got here. We know what we need to do. We're going to go to sideboard. We're not going to change really too much here, if anything. And we're going to just send it back. Send it back. We need a fast Blood Moon, need a fast Pillage or Acid Moss, and we need to put something like a Karn or Chandra down probably by turn 3. So we're going to look for those Arbor Elves and those Utopia Sprawls. Alright. I would love to play first. Okay, we have the Arbor Elf. We have the Blood Moon. We don't have the extra land that I need. I needed Wormcoil to be something else. I'm going to probably have to mulligan this. Here we go. This is a little bit more interesting, except again, I'm lacking that land. I need that land. I really need that land, don't I? I'm going to need this land. I just know it. Alright, we'll keep this hand. I'm going to get rid of Chandra. Forest. We're going to fetch with this forest. We're going to play the Arbor Elf out. We're going to try to get God of Destiny down. Getting God of Destiny will at least get me to Karn. Karn down tick with Liquid Metal Coating, and see if we can all do that without getting countered. We'll see. Alright, tap, 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 tap. God of Destiny into play. Go ahead, opponent. Alright, we can definitely play Karn next. The question is, will they have a counter spell? Triome is played here. Blue mana. That looks like a counter spell to me. I grab their land. I don't think I wait. I think I try to slam it down. Let's see if they've got it. Nothing. Alright. Let's reveal an artifact here. Gonna go get our Liquid Metal Coating and pass the turn. Exactly. You got to make them have it. There's a Growth Spiral. Opponent's going to have plenty of mana here. I'm really afraid of Wilderness Reclamation right here. Wilderness Reclamation. And then they just get to untap with Cryptic. There it is. Alright. So this is the card I've got to beat now. Alright, there's a Blood Moon effect. We're going to take more mana here. Make red. Try to play Liquid Metal Coating. Try to hit this island. I mean, this is really good that I'm getting to hit this. Go to the next phase. Then play Arbor Elf. Alright, they play Growth Spiral. They're going to try to keep up with us here. We'll play Arbor Elf. I need them to not do anything super crazy this turn. I'm not going to attack in case they Snapcast or kill my Arbor Elf. Opponent fetches, gets a Breeding Pool. Alright, I need them to not have another counter here, and I can maybe Blood Moon them out. I have 4 mana. This would be 5. Castle, okay. Doesn't matter if they tap out right now. They do a Fact or Fiction. Let's do it this way. Growth Spiral and Breeding Pool versus Aether Gust. I think they're going to take that Aether Gust here. They do. Okay. Which is sort of okay. I know it's a bunch of lands for them, but we're trying to get them to take the Growth Spiral, making it look like that was the worrisome card there. Opponent floats a blue here. Aether Gust's God of Destiny. Sure. I actually don't mind putting this on top. We can play him later. Shut down a triome here. All right, do you think we'll get this down? I don't know. This is Blood Moon. Blood Moon? You have the counter. Aether Gust. So put that on top. Now I'll attack. Resolves. Not quite, not quite. We didn't quite get it there. Alright, hit for a point, pass turn. Luckily I can basically Stone Rain them every turn here. Plays a Flooded Strand. We know it's Scalding Tarn and 3 unknowns. We have a relatively stacked graveyard here. Pretty stacked graveyard. All right. Do they do anything? The answer appears no. Wilderness. Now we're fetching. Okay. Basic Island. You could arguably just keep shooting off all of the interesting lands. They bounce Karn here. They float green and do nothing. Okay. So I guess here, instead of trying to do Liquid Metal Coating, I'll try to do a Blood Moon. Alright, Blood Moon sits. And we'll pass the turn. So my opponent has an island now. Alright, Last God, take care. For sure, it was a fun list. It was a fun one. We enjoyed it. There you go. Finally got the Blood Moon to resolve. We got Karn the Great Creator coming down. Our Wilderness Reclamation opponent could not take us. We win 2-1 in that one. Or 2-1 overall in matches as well. We have 2 matches to go, and we'll be calling it shortly after those. Let's find our 4th opponent. All right, 4th opponent, where you at? Gotta find these opponents quick. Gotta run them down. 4th match right here. Let's go. Let's do this. Blood Moon's been doing really well in this 3rd league tonight. Pretty well. All right, opponent found. Game on. Let's go. Won the die roll. Let's play first. All right, I'll keep a little bit of a weaker hand here, but a couple removal pieces against a creature-heavy matchup would do the trick. It would do the trick. So let's see if we get lucky with a creature matchup. Our opponent is Ben. Polluted Delta does not speak creatures. Definitely doesn't feel like it could be creatures. All right, Stomping Ground into play tapped, and our turn. Oh, Archive Trap. Okay, it's Mill. All right. Might be 8 Crab. You can tell that off a Polluted Delta. You're crazy. You're crazy. Alright, well, I'm not fetching anymore. I really don't need to. We're going to start bolting my opponent's face, but we could also bolt all the crabs they could play. Watery Grave from our Polluted Delta, and Archive Trap was played. We're against Mill. Extra island here, glimpsing us. Down to 28 cards. Let's go ahead and bolt them. They haven't played a crab, so I feel okay bolting there. We hit an Arbor Elf. Let's play an Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. What's interesting here is I could get a Trinisphere. This could slow my opponent down, especially if they are lacking in that third or fourth land. One, two, three, four. Almost want to hit 2 running lands here. Slow my opponent down from killing me. Visions. Draw some cards. So they should have enough lands now to play Magic. What'd you get? What'd you get, opponent? Did we get a surgical? Oh, crab. Grab. Flooded Strand here. Mills us a little bit. Bolt the crab. All right, so they get a Flooded Strand, cracks this. Excuse me. It's an island. Follow this up with a ruin crab. Whoa. Okay. Kind of have a little bit of everything in the yard here. So they could go after whatever they want to. We could bolt this. Could get a Karn down. If I get a Karn down, maybe I play Seasoned Pyromancer here. Get rid of Wormcoil and Karn here just to have more creatures. And see what else I pick up. I kind of like this idea. Instead of trying to do Karn and lock my opponent out, which would be doable in probably 2 turns. I don't like a fetch land here. Doesn't really give me anything. Oh, I'll just do it. If they have another Archive Trap, they have another Archive Trap. Bolt the Ruin Crab, pass the turn. Do you have it? Did you do it? No. All right. Whew. God of Destiny is not a bad one here. We can hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 3-turn clock. God of Destiny might buy us a turn. Get something nice and big. I'm worried about that draw when the Seasoned Pyromancer. Might be too much. There's an extra crab. Fetch land's going to be rough. No fetch land. Okay. We're down to 17 cards. Plays a orb here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 10. Draw a Pillage. 1, 2. I see only 2 of my pillages. I have 3 if I recall correctly. Hello. Alright, we mill a whole bunch. We might mill over that pillage. Blood Moon's milled. Stomp. Bone Crusher. I think it's gonna just come down to. There's another Karn. Arbor Elf. I think we have, being at 12 cards here, I can't beat them. What are they surgically? Surgically and Chandra. That removes another card or 2. I think I'll concede here. I don't think we can beat them. Pillage is the only out. We're going to draw a Seasoned Pyromancer. We had a Pillage coming. 1, 2, 3. Can't really play it, though. But yeah, Pillage was our out. That's okay. We know what we're playing against. Let's see if we can beat them here. Let's grab Engineered. Let's get rid of a couple Worm Coils. Let's bring in the Kitchen Finxes. Let's go down a pair of Acid Mosses. I also didn't want the Surgical to go off so they don't know that I only have 2 Chandras. Let's try this. Alright, so Blood Moon is reasonable here. Pillage can hit a few of their artifacts. Lightning Bolt for the crabs. Seasoned Pyromancer to find us answers. Typical package to ramp us to Karn. And we'll see if we can't lock our opponent out. Let's play first. Need ramp. This is not good. Mulligan. All red cards. Here we go. Alright. Engineered can be placed on 2. We could also just pitch the Engineered here. Go get a basic and kind of work from there. I think I'm actually okay with pitching this Engineered. We can go get it later. Windswept Teeth. Let's put an Arbor Elf into play. We'll do that off of a basic here just in case I do find my Blood Moon. And we're off to the races. We did fetch immediately. Luckily, my opponent did not have an Archive Trap. It's always good. Dark Slick Shores plays a crab. Alright, land here. Set up Utopia Sprawl on red again. Double red. And we'll be floating 1 green here. Just doing Seasoned Pyromancer to dig. It doesn't really get us anything. But it helped us dig. There's another Seasoned Pyromancer. What's my record right now? 2-1. 2-1 matches. We're 0-1 against this opponent. Alright, Crab gets to mill some here. This is going to be a bit brutal. Mills a Pillage and a Karn, along with a Forest. Fledged Strand here, Island, good choice. Mills a Stomping Ground, Blood Moon, and God of Destiny. Alright, so we have all of this going on. Opponent can mill us some more if they would like to. They play an Orb. That's fine. That can definitely slow us down a little bit. Be cautious of this card. We mill a few more here. We untap 3 permanents. Wooded Foothills, Karn, and Kitchen Finks. Let's go ahead and start the Seasoned Pyromancer. Ditch the Wooded Foothills. Here we go. Let's go ahead and untap. I know this helps them as Mesmeric Orb briefly here. We're going to take them off black. Cool. Guide's Blessing is one of the hot anti-mill tech cards. Yeah, we haven't really run into mill that much to warrant a sideboard card like that for us. For what it's worth. Alright, opponent finds a basic swamp, which is super good for them, being that we just Blood Mooned them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 things being untapped, and we're at currently 34 cards. We're at 24 cards now. Okay, mill some more here. Run ourselves into a Kitchen Finks. I don't know if we have enough here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Down tick. Go get like a Worm Coil. Go get a worm coil here. We can't play it. We're going to untap 3 things here. We could be arguably going and getting something like Liquid Metal and Trinisphere in the next 2. Something to blow up Mesmeric Orb would be really nice. I see a Pillage here. I see a Pillage here. We could have gotten a Walking Ballista and planned to play it with Karn ticking up on Mesmeric Orb. There's a few lines there. I think I'm going to try this Worm Coil and just attack with a singleton creature. That way I don't mill so much. Hoping my opponent has something higher up like Archive Traps now, or who knows what they could have at this point. There's a land. Down to 16. Yeah, I mean, you can have Emrakul, you have Kozilek, you have all kinds of things. Glimpses us, we're down to 6, 5, 4, 3. We take a draw. Our opponent's got us. Alright, I'm going to concede because my opponent's playing a touch slow here. We're trying to wrap up this final league. It only shuffles itself, but you won't get milled out. Alright, we're 2-2 with Karnza. Let's go for one more. Let's get that 3-2. Let's finish out all wins on the night. We can do this. We can do this. But yeah, there's a lot of cards that are anti-mill. If mill becomes really a prominent deck, yeah, you can put something in there. But until that happens, I wouldn't dedicate necessarily slots to one specific deck only. All right, so match 5. Can we go 3-2 here with Karnza this evening? Hopefully we can. We need to do better than this hand, though, to do it. Mulligan this. No way to play any of those. No ramp. Nothing like that. This, though, Worm Coil pitched. We have Windswept Heath, Arbor Elf, and a Blood Moon. Dark Slick Shores for our opponent. Looks like we're playing against Crab again. Well, we'll hope they don't have the Archive Trap. Speaking of a deck that I just said we don't see very much of. Visions of the Beyond. Trying to find maybe a fetch land. Island. Nydia, take care. Have a good one. Let's shock in here. 1-2, untap. 3. Blood Moon. Go ahead, opponent. Alright, so we've shut them off black. They do have a basic island here. We're probably playing God of Destiny next, or Season Pyromancer to get threats. Let's see if we can lock out our second mill opponent here. They fill their graveyard up and you just shuffle it back. Then they get to do the whole dredging thing again. And they get to do the whole dredging thing again. That seems crazy. Surgical's a stomping grounds. Well, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting to take the stomping ground. My opponent's trying to Stone Rain me, essentially. They're taking a peek at what we have in our hand. They don't take the card here because they play Visions. Alright, 1, 2, 3. We'll just pillage off the island so my opponent can't play Magic. Visions. Smart, smart. Untap Forest. Play Arbor Elf past turn. What's cool about Blood Moon right now is that the Archive Trap won't hit us. Taking care of that island now. They do have a few extra islands and all, but right now they're looking like they're just mono red here. We'll see if we can't win this game. 1, 2, 3. We'll play a God of Destiny down. I'm going to attack for 1. Playing God of Destiny because I can keep my graveyard a bit in check so they don't get to Visions in the future, but it also allows us to put that pressure on that gets around the crab. Didn't want to necessarily pitch it to Season Pyromancer. Okay. Looking good. Think we got there. All right, so to repeat what we did before, it's gonna be probably just the engineered in. Probably, maybe that was a mistake. You know what? I like the list as is. Submit it back. No changes. Let's get it done. Let's get it done the old-fashioned way. The 60 cards, no sideboard. Easy. Easy. Not with this hand, though. Let's mulligan that one. Alright, let's get a little lucky here. Land off the top, right? That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Arbor Elf, pass the turn. Arbor Elf, pass the turn. Now this does get a basic. That's always nice for them, playing against a Blood Moon list. Fatal pushes my Arbor Elf. We're going to need a little more help. A little more help. Luckily I've got this Windswept Heath. We have a Mystic Sanctuary here. Extra bolts. I'll wait in case they do play a crab here. At least I'll be able to bolt the crab. We do need another land here. Field of Ruin. I'm going to take my draw here. We miss. Field of Ruins here to make me fetch, probably. It would fix their mana a little bit too, so we're going to be patient. Patience. No real reason to crack the Windswept Heath either. Back and forth we go. We did keep a one-lander, getting slightly punished, although my opponent's not milling me. So this is kind of an interesting standoff for a mill list to not be milling. They're really waiting to see if we do that Blood Moon, so I'm going to not do anything here. Wait till my opponent decides to tap out so I can play a Blood Moon and get them. They have 8 cards. I'm actually going to go ahead and play a little bit slow here, so my opponent will play something. Let's go, opponent. Are you going to go discard? You're nuts. Wow. They discard? Fine, opponent. Fine, we're going to do that? Worm Coil, gone. Sup. Doesn't even fire off the visions. Uninterested. You know what? I don't need Karn to win this game. Go. What are we doing? What is happening here? How many am I gonna get hit with here? How many am I gonna get hit with this archive trap right here? I could have gone a basic. I probably should have gotten a basic. If I got a basic, the field can't be fired off. There's the archive trap. How many? How many? Do it again. Do it again. Drown the lock to counter this. Nice. And dead? I'm not dead. I'm not dead. What are you talking about? I have 32 cards. Triple archive. It's all gone. Play that crab out. Go. Do the crab. Do the crab. Acid Moss. Blow up this land. We're going for it. Why not? Why not? Let's just start blowing things up. That's all we got. That's all we got. Fields me. That's fine. They went over my basic mountain. It's okay though. We can get red mana here over the next 2 turns. All right, so we have 6 damage, so they're at a figurative 13. We have God of Destiny, which I probably need to get down ASAP here. I would like to see this shocked in. What would you like to do here? This is such a weird game. Glimpses. All right. We're gonna glimpse again? Glimpses again. We're at 8 cards. All right. We'll concede. We got 1-1 against Mill here. Just gotta find that win. Let's get it. No changes. My opponent probably has very little changes as well. Let's go. I'm leaving Trinisphere in the sideboard. I could see a world where I bring that in and try to find it to play it immediately. This is not that world. Let's play first. All right, we'll keep this. This looks really nice. I'm going to lead with a Utopia Sprawl. Leading with the Utopia Sprawl here allows me to play Blood Moon. It doesn't let me do like crazy Acid Moss turn 2, but I want to just be able to slap the Blood Moon down, hope my opponent doesn't have a basic, and even if they do, we'll be able to get rid of it pretty soon after. I'm going to go ahead and fetch another basic forest here so that the cards in hand are good. Play Blood Moon and see if we get our opponent here. So, Ruined Crab with a Darkslick Shores that's now a mountain. We have a basic swamp here. Gets to mill me just a little bit. Blood Moon, Utopia Sprawl, and a Chandra hits the bin. Surgical's my Wooded Foothills, which is kind of okay here. I'm not concerned about drawing a fetch land at this point. We'll probably just play God of Destiny if we don't get to do anything else here. All right, so God of Destiny, this is a pretty surefire way to just use the Wooded Foothills that they've kind of left here. Again, it puts some pressure on my opponent. This is probably the way I'm going to get to do the Acid Moss on this basic swamp here. And we're not ramping out our Arbor Elf or our Karns or anything like that, but we're in pretty good control of this game at this stage. Not to mention that God of Destiny with some of the mill that the Rune Crab's doing is kind of going to help us kind of accelerate ourselves here. So looking good just overall. Milled some decent cards, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take another land here. A land will allow me to play Arbor Elf plus Karn. This Karn's going to go get Liquimetal Coating. I'm going to go get Liquimetal Coating here. We can play basically Wormcoil next. Maybe get to play the Liquimetal Coating, because God of Destiny can eat their swamp here. And if we're able to eat their swamp and do this, we can shut them off of playing. If we can shut them off playing, then we got about 30 cards left in our library, and we'll take it down. Our opponent concedes, and we get a 3-2. The night is full of 3-2s, many 3-2s. We played and finished off with Karnza here in Modern. So this is the blend of basically Red Prison coming together with Panza. And it does pretty good. Maybe needs a slight fine-tuning with the sideboard. I think you've got to just watch and see what the meta does. Once you do that, you can kind of figure out, yeah, we should definitely do this, or no, we can do that. So there you go. Karnza.